So I've been a gymnast since I was really little. I started in what most people would call regular gymnastics, which is artistic gymnastics. And I started that when I was about 5, and I competed around the US until I was about 12. And then I decided that I thought acro would be a better fit for me because it's more like customizable to your strengths that you have. And I've really enjoyed it. So acrobatic gymnastics or acro gymnastics is kind of a mix between cheer and gymnastics. So I have 3 full routines. One is my balance routine where I hold another gymnast in like handstands and other holds. And then I have a dynamic routine, which is where we throw more like throws and flips and things like that. And then our last routine is our combined routine, which has both balance and dynamic skills in it. So all of our routines are judged on dance and technique, which sets it apart from cheer and gymnastics. So in 2021, when my acro gym closed, I was looking for ways to keep up my strength. So one of my mom's friends had just started CrossFit, a CrossFit gym. So I went to one of the classes, and one of the coaches there took interest in me and offered to train me. It ended up being a really great opportunity. That was over a year ago, and I've loved CrossFit ever since. So it was definitely tough because my acro gym shut down, but it was actually, I don't think that I would have found CrossFit without that. So that was one good thing that came from the pandemic. Um, and I don't think I would have had a chance to start my CrossFit training if it wasn't for that. Without having to be in school every day, I was able to train for CrossFit more often, and then it gave me the ability to do both CrossFit and acro. But on the downside, my acro gym was shut down for part of the pandemic, and we had to switch to Zoom workouts, which is obviously a partner sport is hard to do over Zoom. But we did some body weight workouts at home and just tried to keep up our strength and cardio. So my training schedule for acro is 5 days a week, 2.5 hours Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, and then on the weekends it's 3 hours. And then my training schedule for CrossFit is also 5 days a week. I have training more in the morning, and it's usually about 2 hours a day. And then I have some accessory work that I do at home. It's mostly like on my assault bike, and I just find some time to do that during the day. So I don't follow a specific diet, but I track my macros. So I make sure that I'm eating enough and enough protein throughout the day. Right now, my calories are at 2,400, and I'm eating around 180 grams of protein, 240 grams of carbs, and then 80 grams of fat. So I just make sure that I'm incorporating protein into all of my meals so that I'm hitting those goals. Yeah. So I don't really eliminate all foods. So I wouldn't say that I have like a specific cheat meal. I just make sure that everything that I'm eating fits into my macros. So if I know that I'm going to have a meal later with like a ton of carbs, then I'll save my carbs for later. I won't have too many before that. But my favorite dessert is definitely ice cream. So I love having that after competitions. So the second semester last year, I switched to school online so that I'd have more flexible hours and be able to have do CrossFit and acro. And then I'd work in my schoolwork in between those practices. So that's how I fit in CrossFit and acro while still prioritizing school. And then to balance my social life in with that, I just have to make sure that I'm like planning ahead and using my free time to hang out with my friends. A lot of my friends are on my team, so it makes it easy to like do stuff after practices or since we have a similar schedule, we can fit in time to hang out. So my advice would be to find something that you love that keeps you in shape. I think it's really important to fall in love with the process with goals in mind instead of getting so caught up in seeing results quickly. Like for me, with CrossFit, I have goals of doing well in competitions, but I love going to the gym every day and working out. So I would just say have fun and don't pay attention to what other people are saying, and just know that results come with consistency and time. So I've never really been specifically confronted negatively about being a girl with muscle, but I'm around a lot of other female athletes, so everyone's super supportive. And honestly, really the only time that people comment about how muscular I am, it's usually compliments. So I don't really have to deal with any of the negativity, which is good. I would say that my biggest highlight in acro would be last nationals. My trio got selected for an international club team. So this fall we are traveling to Germany, which is a really cool opportunity, and I'm really excited for it. And then my biggest CrossFit highlight would probably be placing 47th in the world for 14-15 girls in my first quarterfinals last year. I think that fitting everything I want to do into my schedule would be the biggest obstacle. I've made CrossFit and acro and obviously school my priority, and I've missed out on some social events because of it. But growing up in gymnastics, I've been kind of used to it, and it's normal for me to be pretty busy. So I know that even if I have to skip out on some of the things that my friends are doing, I know that it's to accomplish the goals that I have, and I'm willing to put in the work to hit my goals. My ultimate goal would definitely be competing at the CrossFit Games and at Worlds for acro, but I want to go to college in 2 years, so I don't know how realistic those goals are. So I think a more realistic goal would be to go to college, hopefully a D1 school for acro and tumbling.